Hello, fiberologists. It's Tony from the Fiberology Lab, and this is a new episode, a new show that we kicked off a couple weeks ago with Sissy, and we had Jen. This is Friday with Friends. These are my friends. I'm interviewing them for fun, for you to connect with them and just see that maybe I'm kind of cool because I have really cool friends, but also just to kind of get in the head of some of these people because you might know them. So last week we had Jen from the Little Shop of Stitches, and that was a hoot. Hoot, hoot, hoot. I don't know. Do squirrels hoot? I think they just chatter. If you if you want to see that episode, you can go into our YouTube channel and look under our live episodes, and you can find that pretty easily. But we are live in YouTube and Facebook at this moment. So if you come on in, say hi, where you're from, and that way we can acknowledge your time. And then Marsha might recognize some people too. We're going to talk to Marsha from Be So Creative in a minute. I'll bring her in to the studio, learning all the terms and how this works as we go through this new process. Hey there, Brooke. Good afternoon to you. Well, I think it might be morning there for you. I don't know if you are in Central Time Zone, but it is lunchtime here in the East Coast. And, you know, with Facebook, it takes a minute or two for people to know that we're on live. So if you don't mind sharing, that'd be awesome too. Hello, Miss Connie. Good to see you from Missouri. So today, again, we are talking with Marsha Cohen. She owns Be So Creative out of Las Cruces. I just like saying Cruces, New Mexico. It's a little bit northwest of El Paso, and she'll tell you about that here in a minute. Hey, Sylvia from Omaha. Good to see you today. And there's Miss Amy. Hey, Miss Amy, Minnesota. Oh, you need me down out. Oh my goodness, Amy, I'm so sorry you have COVID this morning.
Oh,
yuck, no fun. But I'm glad we could be here to perk you up. Now, just so you know, you might laugh, which will cause coughing fits. So go pop those cough drops really quick, really quick. Hey, Judy, good to see you. Hey there, Denise. Good morning. Denise, are you in Michigan or Florida? Florida, it's lunchtime now. I'm just saying. Hey, Beverly from Alabama. Oh, she grew up in Las Cruces. Let's bring Marsha on because maybe she knows Beverly. So my friend Marsha, she's coming. Oh, she's got to do herself up. Okay. There you go. There she is. There's Miss Marsha from Be So Creative.
as you can
What
see,
do you got on your head? Is it lunchtime?
Well, this is my taco hat that my dear friend Tony sent to me because every Thursday night when we do our Facebook Live, we always have tacos. So instead of Taco Tuesday, we have Taco Thursday. And so since I was going to be interviewed by you today, I just thought that, I should show off my hat.
You're missing sour cream. You need to put some cotton balls on it.
I love it. So I have to tell you, I just told Tony that my dogs they're so focused on this silly hat. So if all of a sudden you hear something in the background, it may be my dogs barking at my hat. So.
Does it scare them?
No, I don't think it scares them. They just kind of wonder, number one, what is that? And number two, why is it on my mom's head? So anyway, Tony, I have a question for you.
Sure.
How do I get to see the people that are on?
You should be able to see the comments on your end. Do you see a little thing that says comments?
No.
Well, poopers, I have no idea.
Okay, well, we'll not worry about it. Here's the deal. If there's something that somebody wants to ask me, I know you'll shout it out to me.
I will. So let me see. Some other people popped in. Linda from Florida came in. Bev from Cincinnati came in. Teresa from Illinois came in. Jackie from Indiana. Happy Kentucky Oaks Day. Cool. Oh, that's right. Kentucky Derby's this Saturday. Who knew?
Oh.
And
hey, this is my Kentucky Derby hat.
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
You have to get matching gloves. That's right. And Sylvia thought your hat was for Cinco de Mayo.
Well, yes.
If you had remembered.
Yes. Well, I didn't remember last night, but I'm going to use that as an excuse for today.
Okay. You can
Actually, I really don't need an excuse to wear this because I really do love it. I think it's fun.
It's hilarious. I'll be honest. It was given to me by a customer as well because I used it once or twice. But you just have Thursday evenings of your live show. So you go live what days of the week do you go live in your Facebook and your app? You do have an app, correct?
Yeah, we do have an app, and it is Be So Creative. And our little logo is it's a black sewing machine with the Zia symbol, which is the Zia symbol is the symbol on our state flag. And so I'm very proud of where we live, and you know, I did find out that the New Mexico flag is the most easily recognized flag in the country. Did y'all know that? Well, you
No.
do. Well, I'm trying to give you a little bit of trivia just in case you like to, play Jeopardy. I don't know.
They might want to play Jeopardy later. So when do you go live?
Oh, squirrel.
Yes.
We go live on Thursday evening at 6 o'clock Mountain Time.
Okay. So you only do one live a week?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work getting organized.
Yes, and for whatever reason, our fabric is still trickling in, and we had new fabric last night, which made me so excited I can't even tell you. So, anyway.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So that's the way you guys can shop with Marsha. I can't believe you can't see the comments. Is there anything on your screen that has like a little bubble?
There's a little thing up in the
right
on my right corner that says you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. You lucky folks. But there's and I hit the chat button and it totally took us off the screen. So I don't know.
Because I know when we were doing this last week, Jen was able to see them. So we'll have to play a little bit more for future ones if we do them together. Okay. So
like a winner. Well, I hope you'll have it back, but anyway.
So let's go through some questions. That's cracking me up.
Do you need me to remove it?
No, it's fine. It's fine. So the first one I have is, when did you start sewing or quilting? And I'm going to let you talk for a second because apparently a cat's behind me trying to get in the door. So answer the question. When did you start sewing?
Well, I have to tell you, my mom was a home ec major in college, and she could sew and do tailoring and all that kind of stuff. So when we were 5 years old, that's when she got us starting to sew. And so I've been sewing since I was 5. But my friend, we lived in Chama, New Mexico, which is at the totally other end of the state, 7 miles from the Colorado border. And my friend was teaching a hand quilting class at our local library. And if they had one person come, then the library would pay them. So she said, Marsha, I need you to come to this class. And truthfully, I kind of went, well, I don't know about that. But I knew she really needed the money. So I said, okay, I'll go. Well, I was hooked. So I started off as a hand piecer and a hand quilter because I've been doing it long enough that there was no rotary ruler. There was no rotary cutter. Everything was done by hand. So that kind of gives you an idea. So I believe I've been a quilter, an avid quilter for probably 38 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Awesome. I see all the wonderful things behind you. We'll talk about that in a bit, but all your wonderful little projects.
Yeah, we can talk about those in a bit.
Mm-hmm. When did you open up your business and why?
Izzy and I moved from Chama because Chama, there was 3,000 people in a 35-mile radius. You were at least 2 hours away from critical care, hospital-wise. Mm-hmm. And, we were getting older. Our kids had moved. And so we moved to Las Cruces in 2004. I was traveling with the Littlefoot Company, demoing their products that she had. She was the first person that had the first 1/4 inch. This was way back in the 70s when sewing machine companies were not catering to quilters like they do today. And so I was actually teaching at my dear friend Ann Silva's shop in Albuquerque. And I I was sitting there talking to her at lunch, and she said, "You know what? I think you need to become a sub dealer for me in Las Cruces." And in my brain, I'm going, "Yeah, I'm not. I don't think so." And I said, "Okay, well, what's that?" So she told me, and she said, "Go home and talk to Izzy, and see." So Albuquerque is 3 hours from here, and so I went home, called Izzy that night, and because I went back the next day to teach another class, and I walked in the door. She didn't say, "Good morning, how are you?" She said, "I think you just need to be your own dealer. Can I call our district manager for Bernina?" And I go, "Well, yeah, I guess you can." But again, I'm saying, no, I'm not doing that. So taught my class, drove home, got here at 7, 8 o'clock. The district manager from Bernina calls. "I want to come talk to you all." And so like 4 days later, she was here. And the next thing we know, and we had thought we weren't going to do a quilt shop, but I'm just going to tell you, I love fabric. I love color. I love all of that. And I really am. I love quilting. And so I told Izzy, "All right, well, we can start off with the machines, but I really want to bring in fabric." And that's what we did. So we opened our store in October of 2005, and we started our 17th year in October.
Wow, that's awesome.
So yeah,
That's a long time. That's
it,
amazing.
it is a long time, but you know what? We have I have the best staff on the planet. I will say that most of our staff have been with us for at least 14 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, and I know I'm partial, but I have the best customers in the world. I'm so blessed by the ladies who come to our store, and we've got fabulous customer cheerleaders. I just love them.
That's awesome. So it's kind of interesting knowing that you've been in the business for 17 years. You've seen the ebb and flow
Yeah.
of the trends and, what's happening. I think of 2008, with the down, the recession. So you've gone
Yes.
through COVID. So wow, you've kind of
Yes.
weathered all of it. It's been
Well,
hard.
you know what? It's not a picnic, but I will say that one thing about being in an industry that people love to do because it feeds their soul.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if you're a knitter, crochet, cross stitch, needlepoint. I don't care what those things are. People have to have some way to express themselves. And I know that COVID really knocked a lot of people for a loop. All of us, let's face it. I would never have thought that my business would be shut down for customers coming in for well over a year. But this is mental health. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so the thing that I see as a positive of COVID is the fact that people who maybe had a little bit of interest in quilting or sewing or whatever, or they were huge fans, they really were allowed to kick it up a notch because of being, stuck at home and stuff.
Right.
So,
Awesome. I'm just amazed that 17 years is a long time, and that's awesome. That just shows
well,
me how you've been able to pivot and move your business to fit whatever the world has thrown at you guys. So
well,
congratulations,
I
17 years. Wow.
appreciate that.
So if within your shop, do you have a niche or specialty? I mean, you say you're a Bernina dealer, so obviously that would be one thing. I would think embroidery, machine embroidery work. Does it? And just so everyone knows, you're welcome to ask questions. Please don't hesitate to throw a question into the comments, and that way I can pass them on to Marsha too. So hey,
Yeah.
Pat, welcome.
Um, well, I would say we sell both Bernina and Baby Lock.
Oh,
So we do have a lot of machine embroidery things. I would say that if you were to walk into the store, I think that you would see bright. That's just, where we live. We are in the high desert Southwest. So we have gorgeous sunsets and sunrises, and our sky, the blue of our sky is just incredible. But when you drive along, our landscape is really kind of toned down because of the brightness of our sun. So everything is sand colored, lots of browns, sage greens. There's no vibrant colors unless the cactus are blooming, and then their flowers are gorgeous. So I couldn't sell a Civil War reproduction fabric to save my life.
Me neither.
People walk in and they always comment on how bright our fabrics are, and that makes me happy because look at the color of my shirt. I love bright colors, so right. I would say bright. So we've got an eclectic mix of stuff, but it's bright colors.
Yeah, because you have like Coco Pele, and you have also the what's the Dawn of the
Day of the Dead.
Dead of the Dead. Yeah.
And I will tell you, it always interests me that whenever we do the Ticket to Quilt or the Great Quilt Adventure, those kinds of things, we always put in the Day of the Dead fabric, and we always sell it. But let me tell you, and we sell it to our locals. Don't get me wrong. Right. But we always sell to people from all over the country. And I've always asked when we're on those shows, do y'all understand what it's about? Or, and we have some people go, oh yeah, we love it. Or we have some people go, ooh, that's just creepy. I always tell people, if you really want to understand what the Day of the Dead celebration is, it's Dia de los Muertos in Spanish. Watch the Disney movie Coco. Mm-hmm. And it gives the best explanation of what the celebration is all about.
So, I love Coco.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. That's what I think of when I think of you. I think of Southwestern Fields, Chili's, Day of the Dead. That's what I think of your shop. And I've never been to your shop. Yet. We're working on it. Well, the
other thing I want people to know is that the Mesilla Valley, which is where Las Cruces is located, we are the chili capital, green chili capital of the world.
Oh, nice.
So, and we have really great Mexican food, as you can tell by my taco hat. Yeah. So, ladies, I really am trying to get Tony to come see me, but I'm going to come see her in Florida. So,
so we actually have a couple questions. Thanks everybody for putting answers up there. First, Jackie says she started sewing in COVID, so she is hooked. So you're right on the mark. How people have joined the craze. We're gonna call it the craze from COVID. Sylvia says, "What's your personal favorite quilt block, Miss Marcia?"
My personal favorite quilt block, man. You know what? That's a hard one because, I absolutely love the Storm at Sea. Mm-hmm. I love Mariner's Compass. I would say it's hard to pick my fave.
It sounds like you like complicated ones, though.
Well, you know what? I really love working with different rulers and angles and that kind of stuff. That really is. If I'm at home and I'm not working on something for the store, I would say that's probably the first thing I do is reach for some kind of funky tool and make stuff that is a little bit more complicated.
More challenging, yeah.
Yes. So I hope that answered your question. Sylvia, what's your favorite quilt block?
Yeah, there you go. Sylvia, why don't you tell us what's your favorite quilt block? Linda says she found your shop during COVID and she enjoys your online demos and classes. She did her first applique and pillowcases watching your staff. That's one thing you did do during COVID that I thought was really cool. Was I think it was Tuesdays. You did tips or techniques on Tuesdays, and one of your staff would sit there and do all entire project. You did paper piecing too one time, I thought.
Yeah.
So and that was Linda from Florida. So she's
Linda. Oh, that's so nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah. In fashion. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next question. I have a list, and you're just a wealth of information today.
Well,
So
here's the deal. Look at the hair.
yeah, take that, because I'm sure that's hot, isn't it?
And so, you know, I've been around a while.
So keeping in mind with the question of the block, the next question I had was, what's your favorite quilting technique? Again, it sounds like you just like to try everything that kind of is more challenging.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And there are some really awesome new rulers out there on the market right now. And
What's
and
the one, the curves, the one with the like the Starry Night? What's the name of that ruler? The
oh, that is the oh, for Pete's sake.
Okay, you'll have to come back to it. You know,
Yeah.
I put you on the spot, but it was the one from the Starry Night block of the month program you guys
Yes,
did
and
too.
that was, I can't tell you, that was so much fun. Oh
It
my
was. I've gotten 2 of the blocks done.
Well,
Okay.
but I'm going to throw back at you. The other thing is that I don't know if you ladies know, but you know, Tony did the what was it? Toes in the sand.
Mm-hmm. We're
So
doing the.
I've signed up for that.
Mm-hmm.
That will be one that I've got to start.
Oh, that one's really fun and easy.
Well, I
It's,
love it, and because I think the thing is, this is I would say this is me in a description. I like to do stuff that people go, "Wow, how'd they do that?"
mm-hmm.
And it could be, that's one of the things that I really love about the Storm at Sea and why I think that's such a cool block. Because when you get that whole thing put together and you step back, it looks like it has all these really cool big curves. There's
Mm-hmm.
not a curve in that block.
Right. That's right.
I
Optical
love that.
illusion. Yep.
It
Optical
is
illusion.
fabulous. I love it. Okay, sorry. I'm
That's
squirrely.
all right. That's all right. Sylvia says she loves flying geese. That's awesome, Sylvia,
Good.
because they're not one of my favorites. And Beverly says, I'm looking forward to your sampler quilt since it represents the area. What do you got that I don't know about?
Well, we're going to be doing it's a sampler, and
Mm-hmm.
how we do it is you come into the store and you will see how to do it, but it's a mystery. I can't tell y'all what it is, but
So
I'm
is
really
it for walk-ins only? So it's only for walk-in, or are you gonna do it
well.
online too?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm offering it as a Zoom.
Oh,
But they have to be 3 hours from Las Cruces.
I gotcha.
You know, and the reason being is that unless you are severely physically compromised, and I will tell you, we have a couple of customers that are, you know, they've just gotten over some cancer and also had to have some surgeries. I think the one thing that COVID hurt was having people be together.
I agree.
And believe me, I am so thankful that we had Facebook Live and we had Zooms and we had all of that. I'm so thankful that during that time we had that. But it's a new day.
Mm-hmm.
I know that things are still a little bit, you know, because, you know, they keep coming in with things. But the camaraderie that happens when you are in a group of people and the encouragement that people gain from being able to say, oh, this is what I'm working on. Do you like it? You know, or I think it's critical. And so it's pretty much an in the store.
Okay.
You know, I want people to come in. But I also, the other thing about COVID that I have to say I'm really grateful for is I now have customers from all over the country, and I love that. And so when I talked about it, I told Sharon, I said, you know what, I think I'm going to need to offer this as a Zoom, because here's the deal. You have to make the block and show it to me before I give you your next fabric.
Oh, so it's kind of like what a
Saturday sampler or whatever.
sample. Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing. For those of you who are away from Las Cruces and you know you want to join us, I would love you to do that. But you have to be in the Zoom class, and you have to say, Marcia, here's my block. And when you do, I will send you your fabric for free. if you do not have it done, then you'll
pay a
pay
fee.
for the next. Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway,
That's fun.
well,
Well, just
you
something to
get,
look forward to.
well, I think so. You know, I missed that last year.
Yeah, the
I,
weekend customers. I agree.
yeah, because our governor was pretty tough, and it took a long time for her to allow you to have numerous people in your businesses here. So, you know,
We didn't have that problem.
yeah, yeah,
All
she
right.
was tough.
And Beverly says it's the Wonder Curve ruler.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I should know that because this is
You use it
embarrassing.
all the time.
I
You
know,
love it.
I taught that in.
Too
Oh,
funny.
well.
And Sylvia says she recently attended a weekend quilt retreat, and there were some folks who sewed very little. They were just excited for fellowship. And I agree, Sylvia. That's that's what Marsha's trying to convey. It just that fellowship, that connectivity of a human body next to human body is just so important, I think, especially with after COVID. So
Well, and
retreats are going crazy right now.
yeah. Well, I think the thing is that, see, when I was a little girl, my grandma had a quilting group,
Mm-hmm.
and when she lived on her farm, she actually had a quilting frame that they would put the quilts on, and her Ladies Aid Society, that's what they were called, Ladies Aid Society, would come over. Everybody would bring a dish. And I can remember laying under the quilt while those ladies were quilting.
That's cool.
And when the Ladies Aid group left, she would raise that quilt frame back up into the ceiling of her living room. Women have always wanted to get together. And quilting bees are not something new. They've been around for a couple of 300, probably forever. And I think it's critical that we get back, like you said, Tony, retreats are really big right now because people are so ready. We had a lady come to an embroidery class that we had, our embroidery academy. And she came in and she's like, I am so glad I'm here. I've just missed everybody. And she goes in and she sits down and she goes, oh, I love being around all these people. Well, you know what? And to a person, the people that were in there go, we are with you. We have missed being around people. So anyway, I'm sorry. I kind of.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I think it conveys a lot of who you are. The importance of community. Again, that's my philosophy. Friends and fabric and fun, and so you're conveying the same thing. That's why we're friends.
Yes, I know. I love it.
Oh, thanks, Pat. Pat says she loves watching both of our lives, and sometimes she has to watch on the replay. That's the best part about Facebook.
Yes, thank you, Pat, for doing that. I appreciate it.
So, what other hobbies do you enjoy? I know a couple that you enjoy, but you share what else you enjoy.
When I'm not quilting, I do knitting. I like to knit. I'm not super great, but I can do socks. So I think that makes me pretty proud of myself.
That makes you a knitter.
Oh, that's okay.
That's
I'm going to accept that because I know you are a knitter. So
I can do socks.
I love to do cross stitch. To me, and please don't be offended if I say it this way, because I'm talking about myself, not anybody else. It's kind of a no-brainer. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You count the squares and you fill them in. Mm-hmm. But the thing I like about it is I have to pay attention. And being the person that I am, and I know Tony understands this because she's, I think, a lot like me in the fact that my mind is always going. I'm always thinking about, okay, I wonder what that would look like. Or, oh, look at that fabric. Let's put it together. That is constant in my head. And when I knit or do cross stitch or crochet, it's one of those things where it's like, Okay, focus time, because you have to pay attention, especially knitting. You have to pay attention,
Yes.
because boy, if you don't, you may have a sock that's this long. So yeah, those are my things.
Yep. I knew you're a knitter. I didn't realize you cross. I can't cross stitch anymore. It's too. And I'll be honest. Once I learned that an embroidery machine could cross stitch, I was like, forget that. I'm not cross stitching anymore. Of course, I don't have an embroidery machine right now, but that might change again. Um, where is your favorite place to go on vacation, or where would your dream vacation? Like, well, I asked Jen this last week. She hadn't been on vacation in a long time. So
Yeah,
when's the last time?
I saw that on, and I went, oh my gosh. Okay, so my dream vacation would be, I would love to go to Scotland and Ireland. Um, you look at the pictures, or you know, man, that looks like a rugged place.
Yeah, just because of the history and
And I'm a history nerd. I will tell you, my dear friend Delyn and my son have actually gone to some museums with me. They hate it.
because you have to read everything, read every little thing.
I can't help it. So if you, and I know I'm totally off subject. I'm so sorry. But anyway, a few years ago, my friend actually was in DC where our son lives. And I don't know how many museums he took her to, but I mean, boom, boom, boom. I mean, they were just whipping through here.
No.
So I guess it was probably after like their fourth or fifth museum that they were just, wandering through and looking. They texted me a picture of themselves and said, "We just finished our fourth museum. If you would have been with us, we would have still been on the first one."
Especially the Smithsonian. Oh my gosh, it takes me a day to go through just one.
Oh yeah, honey, I'm with you.
I
So
love them.
we could go sometime. But anyway, my dream vacation would be probably the British Isles. My favorite place to be, though, we lived in the mountains of northern New Mexico for 25 years. That's where we raised our kids. Our house set about 8,000 feet. We would have bear, deer, elk, fox, bobcats wander through our property. When I am in the mountains, there's just something that just goes over me. And I will tell you, I like Las Cruces, and it's a great community. But I miss my house in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Just like me when I was at the beach. Just saying.
Yes. Yes.
So, well, thanks, Pat. She said she would love to come. Pat is out of Oklahoma. She would love to come visit our shops. And Sylvia says, "Have you ever visited the Harwood Museum?"
No.
Never heard of it.
No,
We'll have to look it up.
I know. Where is it? Is it?
I don't know. Well, Sylvia, is it in DC? There are so many museums. I mean, I lived in Maryland for like 14 years or so. And I visited most of the Smithsonian's. Hey there, Vicky from Minnesota. We're just having a taco. She says it's in Taos.
Oh, so I haven't been over there.
I guess you need to go to a museum.
Yes, I guess so.
Sounds like a weekend trip.
Yeah, well, you know what? New Mexico has some really great museums.
I bet they do.
Museums. Oh, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful place. And, I don't know. Y'all come see me.
Yes.
I guess I think we should just do a retreat, Tony.
I think so too. In the mountains of New Mexico.
Yes, and then we could offer one up in the mountains, and then we could offer one at the beach.
There you go.
I will come help you.
Okay, and I'll come help you.
I love
it's
it.
A deal.
Sounds like a plan.
2023, here we come.
Yes, and I have to grab Jen and make her come.
Yeah, well, she drives. She doesn't fly. So, what currently are you working on? Jen showed something really fun last week. What do you? I mean, I see your wall behind you.
Okay, so see.
Oh, no, niece.
Okay, so the things that are back here, we are participating in the CEO club.
Mm-hmm.
And so these two are from my CEO club.
Okay.
My friend, let me see, where am I here? There we go. My friend Swan Amity, this is one of her patterns. This was a class that I took with her. I love to do applique, and I'll do either machine or hand. This was a hand applique class that she taught at the store. And so it's been done for,
Wow.
yeah,
That's what I have to say. Oh, wow.
a while. Yeah, thank you, Tony. It's been done a while. And so the only thing that needs to be done on that is the quilting. My little nomies, which I think are so cute.
They're stinky cute. Yeah.
They really are. They make me happy. This has also been done a while, and it needs to be quilted. So then, those are two things that I'm currently working on. But the thing that I'm really currently working on is the mystery sampler that's starting in June.
Mystery Sand. Oh, the one you're doing in the store. Okay. Okay.
Because what I do is I always make the blocks so that I can give hey, tips. Do this. This makes it easier. Try that. So,
So that starts the first Saturday in June in your store.
No, actually, it is starting. I'm offering it. Well, see, let me back up for a second. The last one we did was in 2020.
Wow,
and we
it's been a while.
started it, and we had three times. 10:30 on Friday, or 1:30 on Friday, or 10:30 on Saturday. So we had
Oh, wow.
three things. We had 30 people in each one.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So this time our Zoom one is on Wednesday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Our one is on Thursday morning, and one on Saturday.
And they filled up already too?
I think the last time I looked, we were up to a total of 60 people. I think the Thursday morning one is full.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a ton of fun. And
Sounds like fun.
so that's what I'm working on, Miss Tony.
Okay. Well, apparently everyone wants a road trip for a retreat. They're all like in for a road trip and in for both of the retreats. So we got to plan it in 2023, after.
Tony, I am not kidding you. I am really serious. We
I know
need
you
to
are.
do this.
I agree.
Because that'll get you out here, and then that'll get me back there, and I love that.
There we go. There we go. We'll have to look at some dates and find the best time of the year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you know someplace up there that
Yes.
you would be able to do? Oh, excellent. I still have to figure out some places in Florida where to do. They don't have quilting retreat centers in Florida.
Well, I think that's sad.
That's the best way to say. I was going to say something different. We're live.
Yeah.
They have some really cool ones in South Carolina and Georgia, but not in Florida. So,
well,
we'll be thinking about something.
well,
That's all I'm going to say.
we can ponder that. But really, I will anytime you want a helper, call me, because I'm ready to come.
All right, good. Well, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Okay.
So again, I asked you this before we came on. Let's talk about those glasses.
Okay.
If you ever watch Marsha live in her show, when she talks to her people behind the camera, the glasses come off and they sit on her upper lip.
Right here. Yes.
That's unique. That's all I'm gonna say. So why do you do that?
Okay. Well, let me tell you why I do this. When I was working with Lynn Graves and the Littlefoot Company, I traveled to the different quilt shows around the country. So we went to Williamsburg, Virginia. That was when they had it in Williamsburg. Mm-hmm. The one that was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. We did Paducah, Kentucky, Houston, the Road to California in Ontario, California, and the Pacific Pan America Quilt Show in San Jose. So my job and truthfully, as y'all can probably tell, it was a perfect job for me because I sat and Lynn's foundation sheets, I demoed those all day. And they're the exact opposite of paper piecing. So on paper piecing, you put your fabric on the back and you sew on the line.
Mm-hmm.
On Lynn's, everything like a foundation of a house, it's built on the paper. And so you had the pattern was printed on the paper, and you laid your fabric, you lined it up with the blue line, and you sewed 1/4 of an inch inside the blue line, because remember, Lynn was the first person that had a 1/4 inch foot.
Mm-hmm.
So she had them for every make and model of every machine at that time. So my job was to just sit there and demo, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I did. I just demoed and talked and showed people how to do it. And what happened was I hit about 43. And I was noticing that I was having a little bit more trouble seeing my foot and the needle and everything. So I got a pair of readers. Well, it was not unusual for our booth because of how we set it up. We had people all around the booth watching what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And people would ask me questions. So I would look up at them. But if they moved that magnification on the glasses, they're ugh. And I get migraines. And so it was like, oh, okay, I can't handle that. So this movement to put them up on my head was too much, because they would ask me a question, I would look at them, and I would move my glasses, and then I would have to take them down and put them on and show them what they were at, the answer to their question. So one day I just did this, and I talked to them, put them back on, and demoed, and that's why I do this, because it worked for me at that time. And if I now have, because I'm now 65, and I have my first pair of bifocals, and the top part are for computer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see me walk through the store, they're down here, because I'm fine away, but it's the stuff that's close up that I
right when you're working on your computer and stuff.
Yeah.
And
well, but the thing is, I know it's weird, but oh well. But the thing is, you may not ever remember my name, but if you were to say, Marcia that had, no, I don't remember who she is. If you say she's the lady that wears her glasses down there, I am telling you, everybody goes, oh yeah, I know who she is. So this works for me.
That's right. It's better than me calling something else or being remembered some other bad way.
Amen, sister. And I've probably been remembered in other ways like that as well. But the glasses are probably the best.
As you sit there with a taco hat on your head.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm really hoping that people are still on here and just did not go, okay, she is like way over the top. What a goofball. What you see is what you get.
That's right. That's why we're friends. We don't have any time for the other stuff.
No.
Does anybody have any questions? Oh, Mary Ellen says, doesn't your nose fog your glasses?
No. And I will. And here's the thing. I think that God made my head just this way, because when my glasses are down here, they do not fog up, and they're not my, these things, what are those things called? Earpieces. They're not like way down off of my ear. They're just, they're right there where they're supposed to be. So no, they don't fog, which is, I have no idea why.
Okay. Oh, dear.
Okay, can I tell you one other thing? And maybe this is the one unique, weird thing about me.
Okay.
And this is weird. But again, God made me just the way he needed me to be. Mm-hmm. My upper lip is a little short. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is that when I say words like M and P, the end of my nose goes up and down.
Now I'm going to start watching you say those words.
So can I tell you what happened when Izzy and I got married? We were very active in the church, before we got married. And so, we knew the pastor and his wife really well. So I was getting ready. No, it was when I was singing a special at church. And I was getting ready to sing a special. And I was talking to the congregation before I sang, and all of a sudden the pastor gets up and I can't even believe he did this, but it worked for me. He gets up there and he says, I have to tell you all, I've been watching Marcia talk, and do you know that the end of her nose goes up and down when she speaks?
Well, that was very kind of him.
And so, well, then the congregation burst out laughing. Well, what else can you do? Because it's been this way my whole life. And so you just kind of go, well, yeah, that's just one of those unique things about myself. And I can also wiggle it like Bewitched.
I don't think they realized they were going to get a show too. Just an interview, and now they got a show. You're funny.
Please do not think, I don't even know what to say. It's just,
it's just who you are.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun. So, oh my goodness, how funny. Was there anything else you would love to share as we kind of wrap this up? I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what else to say or ask. You kind of taking the show.
I just want to say that I'm so blessed to be in this industry. I love what I do. I love teaching. I love sharing my love of fabric and quilting with people. I am so blessed by the friends that I have made, which, of course, Tony, you are one.
Thank you.
I'm just amazed that that my life has got to go this route, because there are a lot of people who absolutely hate their jobs and hate what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And I'm so blessed that I love what I do. And so thank you, my friend, for letting me be on here with you. I so appreciate it. I hope I have not chased all your customers away.
Oh, no, they're enjoying it. They're enjoying it. Sylvia's really impressed that you can sing too. So.
Oh, well, thanks, Sylvia. Yeah. My husband and I, we love to sing. And, so.
I don't think they enjoy my singing, though. I sing during live shows, and it's not pretty. So
it's not. Well, but here's the deal. You have talents in other areas, and that's the other thing that I'm so grateful for, is that, aren't we glad that we all have different things that we're good at?
Yes, yes.
Because wouldn't it be horrible if we all had the same gifts? Because we would not need each other. And
that's a good point, right?
And that's the thing that I really love. I think probably the hardest thing for all of us to not do is to compare ourselves to others.
I agree.
Because, you are a unique individual, and you have things that people need. And that's something that I think we all need to remember. We all have something that people need.
That's right. That's right. Well, Marcia, it was a hoot. I'm grateful that you had time to spend with us today and just kind of talk and share who you are, because I love you because you're of who you are, and you're just a great friend. We have to do a retreat, 2 retreats next year, so guess we better put some dates out there. Otherwise, we might have a mob situation where they're coming and chasing us down to host a retreat.
I am game. And so I'm going to just say right now that a retreat here in October in the mountains would be fabulous.
Oh, beautiful. You have to keep it away from the balloon festival, though, because that would be that's the first week in October, right? Normally.
Yeah, first couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. If y'all have never been to that, OMG. It
Yeah.
is it. But see, I like colors, so you got all those beautiful
Oh,
balloons.
yeah.
It's stunning. Well, maybe the end of September.
Ooh, there we go. There we go. We'll talk. We'll
Okay,
talk.
I love it.
All right. Well, today, I'm wrapping it up. If anybody has any last minute questions you would like to share and ask Marsha, I have her. Thank you so much for joining. And Marsha again is from Be So Creative. Where's your website? There it is. Oops, there you go. If you want to visit her
Here,
website and see what
here we
she
go.
carries, she does carry a lot of moda, which I do not. So that's one thing to go over to her site and see. Do you have a lot of grunge?
Yes.
Okay. And you have the bright Tim Holtz colors too that I don't have right yet. I have mine coming in the summer, but
Yes.
I know you have some in stock there. So,
Yes.
but and then like she said, do you guys still do your Tuesday live teaching stuff?
We are getting those started back up.
Oh, good. Because
Yeah.
like Linda said, I agree. Those were just so valuable. Just
Thank
classes to watch live. Check them out. So, you guys, thanks again. Thank you, Marsha. I will be back next Friday with another friend. It'd be Bev from the Quilting Bee. Again, Marsha and I have known Bev for a long time. Bev, I've known the longest. So it's kind of neat to have all my friends out. And if you have any questions after the show, leave a comment and we'll get back to you. So have a great weekend.
You guys too. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Marsha. And you all take care. Remember, we are friends, fibers, and